Hello, it's Kwazi. We're still broadcasting from Gallagher Convention Centre in Midrand on the day of the launch of the IEC Results Centre, which is the first time in 30 years that the IEC will be operating from this venue. With me is the leader of Action SA, Mr. Herman Mashaba. Mr. Mashaba, welcome to Eyewitness News.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you at this historic event, an event that in a week's time has to determine the future of my country and our country. And we've got to really pray as South Africa. While we're working hard, we need prayers to ensure that we can have free and fair elections.
Speaking of which future, coalitions, that's the buzzword these days. Obviously, your moonshot pact with the DA and everyone else. But then, do you think that might be enough to position you in a province, for instance, like KZN, where obviously there is the MK party and other parties, and also there is talk of a coalition between MK and IFP, and between between. What's your position on coalition?
Well, first of all, let me clarify something. A moonshot pack, it's a project of the DA. For us as Section SA, we belong to a multi-party arrangement called Multi-Party Charter, which belong to all the signatories. We signed this agreement in front of the entire nation. I think coming to the coalition, unfortunately, South Africa has entered an era of coalition. And I'm saying unfortunate, and I'd like to really qualify it, because no political party in the world would want to go into a coalition. A coalition is a result of the electoral outcome. And people of South Africa have had enough, and that's why they have now decided coalitions the order of the day. And then for us as Section SA, we embrace that, because I'm 64. I lived 34 years of my life under an evil system of apartheid. I lived 30 years of my life under the brutal, corrupt, unpatriotic ANC. So one party rule, it's not really good for any nation. But at the same time, how do you manage coalitions to work? I believe all of us as political parties, let us embrace coalition and understand that once you've not received 50+1, don't actually govern as if you've got an outright majority. We need humility, we need mutual respect, we need people to actually live their arrogance at their own homes.
Does this then imply that you're open to a partnership with a party outside the Moonshot Pact?
Well, no, there's no movement for Moonshot Pact. It's an ADA project. Will not be part of the Moonshot Pact. Yes. As a Section SA, we're part of the multi-party charter.
Yes,
we're happy as Section SA to work with other parties that are not yet signatories to the multi-party charter, except the ANC, EFF, and MK. Those are the three parties. For us as Section SA, we will never work with those parties.
Parliament, obviously you're confident that you'll be making your way through. They were wrapping up yesterday, and obviously there was this rush in the past few days with bills being signed on the last minute. The NHI one being one of them. To the dissatisfaction of a number of people. What do you think could have been done differently?
Well, I think if you look at Mr. Palapala with his money laundering issues ahead of him, he's trying everything possible to really get the voters on his side. But at the same time, actually he's using the wrong platform, signing laws which they themselves are not yet ready. For an example, NHI. You ask anyone in the ANC, including the president himself, he doesn't know what actually NHI stands for. He knows very well that they are so far away from being in a position to implement NHI. So for us as Section SA, once we remove the ANC, we've got the majority with other parties. We'll have to just cancel and make sure that we do away with that piece of legislation. What we need as South Africa is to revive our public health care system, put in professional people, build more hospitals, train more doctors, train more nurses, and ensure, as Action SA, we actually at our policy conference, we've committed ourselves that as a state, if given the opportunity to be part of the state, we will, with immediate effect, stop subsidy to anyone working for the state for private medication. If you want private medication, you will fund it yourself. From the state president of the country to the lowest person working for the state, they must go to the public hospitals. That's the only way in which we believe that we will fast track and expedite the revitalization of our hospitals and our public health care system.
Mr. Mashaba, all the best for next week.
Thank you so much. We're working hard. We don't just only rely on hard work, but at the same time, we pray very hard every day, every minute, every decision that we take, we ask for God's blessings.
Mr. Herman Mashaba, leader of Action SA, just sharing his thoughts on various issues, actually, including the recently signed National Health Insurance.